Hey, this is Nola Ade, and you are now rocking with Il McKenzie, right here.
Yo, what it do, world? You are now tuned into the sounds of Quarantine Radio. Yo, what up, world? It's your man 504 Detroit. You already know every Tuesday and every Thursday I'm tuned in to the hottest radio station across the land, Quarantine Radio. They put it down and they play all the hottest new music. Let's get it.
It's your boy Gabe, and I want to give a big shout out to Quarantine Radio. Make sure you check them out every Tuesday and every Thursday. And thank you for supporting my new single, Down Low.
I want to hear that new soul-free wisdom on Quarantine Radio.
Yo, what's up, man? It's the kid Swift, a baby. Young Swift. One time for the check-in with my dog, my homie, Il McKenzie. Straight out of ATL, Georgia. And you know how we rockin' out here, baby. Let's get it.
I tried being humble. Humble get no respect.
Yes, it's your boy iDub once again with another edition of Quarantine Radio. Shaun Lamont is going to be coming in a little bit late. He's coming in from Virginia. Already let me know that he's going to be coming in a little bit late. But just to give y'all a little rundown of what's going on with Quarantine on radio. Last week, if you're in North Carolina, you already know that it was snowing. So we had to. It was lucky that I had this today open because the person that was actually supposed to be here today was supposed to be a phone interview, and we're still working out the getting the phone system up and everything because I'm trying to interview people that's not in North Carolina and everything. Most likely we have that up and running by February. It just hasn't been like a really big deal because I've been booking a lot of local talent, and like I want to focus on local talent anyways to help build up their brand and stuff like that. But I got a lot of heavyweights out of North Carolina that wants to come on the show and talk about their brand and everything. So we're going to get that rolling and everything. The other thing that I want to discuss, everybody knows about the Lean On Me benefit event July 28th. I got a couple artists already signed up and everything. I already got a couple artists signed up and everything as far as for the July 28th event. Then we're going to have basically a road to the Lean On Me event going on. I was telling people that we were going to have something in February, but that might be pushed back so we can promote a little bit more. But any artist that pays now to perform for the Lean On Me event now, they have the opportunity to participate in some events leading up until July. So that's one of the benefits of actually signing up early. Right now it's $25 to perform, and like I said, you might get to perform at other events leading up to the Lean On Me. So it's not just the Lean On Me event that you'll be performing at. You can go to facebook.com/Quarantine Enterprise, and it has the link right there for the event, and you can actually see the link to actually sign up and everything. If that link's not working, because I had a couple people say that link is not working, you can actually hit me up at info@quarantineenterprise.com, and I'll let you know exactly how you can actually pay me directly for that, and I'll make sure that the other thing that's with that event, you'll get to be able to have your face and bio on both the Joy of Connecting People's website and my website. So it's more exposure, more exposure. That's what we're all about, is trying to help people get more exposure and everything. This weekend I know Steve been telling everybody about the bridal show. We had the bridal show this weekend at the NC State Fairground. A lot of brides came out, participated and everything, and got to see the whole setup and everything. Some of the brides that came by the booth actually got to win money off their package. But as I always stated, us coming back to on air and everything is because Steve was able to allow us to host our show at the Interactive Showroom. So I'm going to give him some time to actually let everybody know exactly what the Interactive Showroom is and what the business is about, and how you can actually come here and actually check out everything at the showroom and maybe book us for an event. Steve?
Well, first and foremost, we're very humble to be hosting Quarantine Radio's podcast. I want to thank all the listeners and people that have been hitting us up on our blog regarding the podcast, and some of the special guests that we've been now connecting with on a regular basis, and they're all going to be coming back in a rotation, so I'll certainly be looking forward to that. Podcast is a very fun time. We have amazing young talent, and I have been very impressed. But let me get to the interactive showroom. I mean, I know that we talk about it at the beginning of every podcast, but once again to remind you, it is an interactive showroom. We're able to get bride and grooms, which is our forte, as DJ Il just mentioned. We do bridal shows, but we also do quinceaneras, sweet 16s. Again, I had a church group in here a couple months ago. I mean, the door's open to anybody planning a special event. But again, our forte is weddings. And we house here Field of Sound Productions. Field of Sound Productions is more on the band, stages, generators, pipe and drape, big events. And then there's Music in Motion DJs, which is myself, and a great team of amazing 6 DJs that can all be seen on the website. And then we have Snapshot Photo Booth, which is over in the other room. So people can come in, they can try the photo booth, they can see the quality of the photo booth, they can come in, they can pick and choose their dance lights for dancing, they get to hear the DJ, he gets on the microphone, we play the music. Basically, it's just a demonstration, and it's a really cool, awesome way to meet your DJ that's selected and see if we are that actual fit for your wedding day, which my record is pretty much 100% every time somebody comes to the showroom, not to brag. Anyway, that is the showroom, and we also have, I keep mindlessly forgetting because it's not on my sheet, but we have Feel the Moment Photography, which is our good man Doug, and his work is displayed here behind me, and he does photography. As a matter of fact, this year we just created a DJ and photography package. And I'm just buying a little bit of time because our guest is coming from afar, so I'm just taking advantage of the time. But again, it's a viewing here in the showroom of our lighting. It is they get to pick and choose which sound system they prefer. They get to check out our decor. The lighting in here, there's absolutely not one regular light bulb on in the showroom. This is all our decor lighting that lights up the room. It's amazing lighting, and we can go through a series of about 36 different colors. And we are located at 2007 Wake Forest Road, and that's in Raleigh. We're up the street from Costco, and we're actually next to Snoopy's famous hot dog stand, which we go to very often. And then people know us also from the Bison, because it's a popular club, or bar per se. And then our website is Music in Motion DJs. Again, that's Music in Motion DJs, plural, .net. Our phone number, 919-880-2625. And is our guest here? Excellent. Well, I'm done. I'm going to hand it back over to DJ Il. I'm going to greet our guest, and we will go from there. Thanks for having us.
All right. So we're about to go into a music break. Like you said, Shaun Lamont, he just let me know that he's at the door. We're going to do a throwback. J. Rel was one of the first music videos I did a cameo on. He did, like 2 weeks ago, he did a throwback and had the music video playing. So I thought I played the track today. So we're about to do a throwback with J. Rel with Pretty Girls. This is J. Rel with Pretty Girls. Then we're going to come back, chop it up with Shaun Lamont. Alright?
She say she need an alibi. Let's get away and rock it by. I need you, yeah. Lady, you a dime piece. With you, I throw away my timepiece. I wanna spend time with you. 'Cause you a pretty girl. 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 I need you.
Now, summertime all shot, fall driving. And that was when I seen her, brown eyes. roster. I need that on my team, girl. And now ain't no denying that. You automatically a starter, ain't no lying that. Looking for a minute, trying to figure where you hiding at. I got the spot off Linux, we can stop and do the signing there. I know you got a man, girl, but he ain't in the plan, girl. See, look at what I'm saying, girl. We can hit the beach and sip mojitos in the sand, girl. I know the Lord tested me. That's why I'm at you so aggressively. No flexing, I want you sitting next to me. We look good, baby, you are sexy as accessory.
She say she need an alibi. Let's get away and rock a bye. I need you, yeah. Lady, you a dime piece. With you I throw away my time, please. I wanna spend time with you. Cause you a pretty girl. 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 I need you.
Listen, look, I got plans to leave. Throw the keys to my man Tweet. Pete, I ain't trying to make this trip alone. No, you gotta do is to move. Listen, chick, I'm wrong. Get you in that whip, pay the rent in a different home. Put you on to something you ain't used to. You hear that a lot now. I ain't trying to juice you. I just wanna boost you. Help you understand your worth and that nigga that you with. Throw the deuce to. You a pretty girl. House a ditty girl. Class of your own. Can't compare to just any girl. I'm wanting you here with me, girl. Trying to make you mine, so I'm done playing friendly, girl. With that brain and that body, I could do some things with that shouting. Got a couple thoughts I'd share, but they mainly you're naughty. Can't front, listen, babe, you a hottie. Pretty girl.
She say she need an alibi. Let's get away and rock a bye. I need you, yeah. Lady, you a dime piece. With you I throw away my time, please. I wanna spend time with you. Cause you a pretty girl. 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 I need you. Cause you a pretty girl. 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 I need you.
But me. That's right. No one but me. You say he don't treat you like I treat you, but you the one told me to leave you. Told you I go get a deal, say you had to see a meal for you could believe. Now you so lonely now when I see you. I be everywhere with my people. We go out to eat and get 1,000 drinks. They'll never decline my visa. Won't that you said I won't gon' be shit. Yep, that was you that said that. But this Benz here ain't no leasing. Like that Benz never taking you back. I know I will always be on your mind, and I won't lie. You was so fine, but I got over your ass in no time. Good God.
Is my number in your phone still?
Hey, baby.
When you said I never make it,
Was that you that said that?
I saw the chance I had to take it.
And I'd do it again in a heartbeat. All these fans that's following, all these women who be modeling. All I do is sit ignore when you calling me. Do you dream of me when you fall asleep? Every night with a different man partying. Well, I'm living my dreams like I thought I'd be while I'm wide awake. Ironically, in the top floor, in a baller suite with my new girl staying all week. You in the same accord on your second kid, 2 baby daddy, 2 car seats. Guess I will always be on your mind, and I won't lie. You was so fine, but I got over your ass in no time. My God.
Is my number in your phone still?
Still got it.
When you said I never make it, I saw the chance I had to take.
I had to.
It. I'd do it again.
Yeah.
Again. Again.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Again. And again.
I do it.
I do it.
Again.
And again. And again. Hell yeah.
this is how it feels when regret just gets so real. When the pages of your story go so wrong, you just can't deal. When you let your insecurities just get so damn strong, they build a wall around your heart so fucking tall that you can't feel and you can't see and you can't hear me when I tell you just be patient. But I guess it's all my fault for placing my faith in the faithless. I really hope that you find God or something you can believe in and see there's more to life than Louis bags and first class trips on weekends. You needed this. You needed this. You did. I really hope you find peace at some point. Yeah.
I never end in fairy tale, I know the ending very well. But I control my fate, and when I see your face, I wanna lock you down like an inmate. Okay, what your friends say, all bent out of shape. We can make it last, we can make it last. Forget about your exes, we can leave them in the past. Looking at your body like I'm working on a task. You $1 billion cash, I just throw it in the bag. Whatever you want, haters hate, but we can do whatever we want. Bye-bye, go kick rocks, we in a drop. And we off to the spot, the love of my life, what you thought. And I'ma keep her at all costs. Diamonds on her necklace, we all floss. I got it on my arm, yeah, I see y'all lost. Good ones come and go, but you gotta know what's worth fighting for in this world. So, give a chance, take you by the hand, show you life's good. Just put me in your plans, I can make you feel good, make you feel great, make you feel safe when it gets late. I never end in love, you can never get enough of.
Crazy when the one you want thinks you want everyone but her. Truth is, I already see your last name replaced with my sir. All I gotta do is make your vision on blur while I make a tunnel vision of you and I. Truth is, you the only one catching my eye. Why would I lie? Matter of fact, don't even reply. I know I ain't your typical guy. Plus you might have heard about my past. The girls back then, they never last. But I'm trying to make you my last. Last kiss, last one I give my heart to. The one I watch walk down the aisle to say I do. Murder be my best man, making sure I don't tear up when I hold your hand. Kissing your lips, sealing till death do us.
Good ones come and go, but you gotta know what's worth fighting for in this world. So, give a good chance, take you by the hand, show you life's good. Just put me in your plans, I can make you feel good, make you feel great, make you feel safe when it gets late. I never end in love, you can never get enough of.
Yeah, yeah. It's like sweet sounds of melody to hear all the things that you're telling me. What looks so fine should be a felony, but there's no place that I'd rather be. So I'm here with you. So give it to me, yeah. So give it to me, yeah, yeah, yeah. So give it to me, yeah. So give it to me, yeah, yeah, yeah. Cold champagne, wonderful evening. Cold champagne, beautiful night. Cold champagne, love it or leave it. She already told me that she having the time of her life. Warm brandy out of cold glass. Warm brandy, apple rose splash. Warm brandy in the round ass. Cut the end of the stogie, smoke it and then kick back and laugh. I tell her holla if you're no good. Then put my feet up on that rosewood. High class, top dollar. Nice to meet you, sweetie. Really, this is my honor. I know a gold medal when I see it now. Standing there looking like rose petals in an evening gown. The type of beautiful woman you only read about. You already know what it is whenever it's me around. Sweet sounds of melody to hear all the things that you're telling me. What looks so fine should be a felony, but there's no place that I'd rather be. Woo. So give it to me, yeah. So give it to me, yeah, yeah, yeah. So give it to me, yeah. So give it to me, yeah, yeah, yeah. Cold Chardonnay and fresh fruit. Cold Chardonnay in my best suit. Cold Chardonnay in the Lex Coupe. She just wanna hold it while we rollin' Summit Avenue. Warm sake in a half graph. Warm sake in a bubble bath. Warm rice wine out of Okinawa. Can't help but notice cherry blossoms as we roll past. I'm with a diva that's pretty, you know.
call me Big Papa in a helicopter. I tell her word proper like a teleprompter. I showed her another lifestyle. So won't you turn the music up and cut the lights down? Lights
it's
loud.
loud. Sweet sounds of melody. To hear all the things that you're telling me. But look so fine should be a felony. But there's no place that I'd rather be. Woo. So give it to me, yeah. So give it to me, yeah, yeah, yeah. So give it to me, yeah. So give it to me, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Girl, I've been up for 3 days. Tits been running like a relay. Got thoughts of him and her on replay. And this liquor got me good and crazy. I swear I tried and tried. Tonight we ride it when we find we slashing ties. Ay, I know he been creeping on the low, been mobbing on the low. Now I found out, now we gotta go. He think he low key slick, creeping with his low key chick. Give me back my dough, keep it. He think he low key slick. I held him down, but now I know I'm way too fine to wait around. He think he low key slick. Give me back my dough, keep it. I ain't messing with it no more. 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 You know what it is. You know what it is. I don't fuck around while you play with the kid. When you play with the kid, you better come out here before I come in. Before I come in, I am from Vietnam, so crazy we is. Crazy we is. She ain't gon' do you like I do while you in her face. Tonight we been not find your car over by her place. Damn right, I'm right. You been creeping on the low, been mobbing on the low. Now I found out. Shit, now we gotta go. He think he low key slick, creeping with his low key chick. Give me back my dough, keep it. He think he low key slick. I held him down, but now I know I'm way too fine to wait around. He think he low key slick. Give me back my dough, keep it. I ain't messing with it no more. 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 Might go Lorraine or Bobby to chop it, chop it, chop it. Boy, you got me started, and you can't even stop it. Let's hit the ATM and get some bail money. Cause the bitch you with probably gon' tell on me. I'm with my best friend, she got me well star. Hashtag it's going down, you bitch, you girl up. I'm on my way to you, and you don't even know. Got the address out your text message, boy, I'm at the door. Thought you was low key slick, creeping with your low key chick. Now give me back my dough, keep it. He think he low key slick. I held him down, but now I know I'm way too fine to wait around. He think he low key slick. Give me back my dough, keep it. I ain't messing with it no more.
I don't got no cape on my shoulders, but if you give me a chance, I can show you something extraordinary that no other man has ever done for you. I help you understand. See, my disguise is a 9 to 5, and I do something so amazing I ain't gotta fly. Forgetting that's on my chest, I make you say I'm better than the rest. Because it's like I leave buildings in a single bag, and my love will never bring you down. guarantee it's what you need, but somehow you got me weak in the knees. It's like you got a power over me. When you make love, make me wanna get down on my knees. You make me wanna break up to make up, and you're the kryptonite I run to every night. It's like you got a power over me. When you make love, make me wanna get down on my knees. You make me wanna break up to make up, and you're the kryptonite I run to every night. You make me wanna sing. Now I know you know I'm the best around, and when we make love, you bring my defenses down. That's extraordinary that no other girl could ever do to me. So in other words, you don't ride around with no black mask. I'd call you super, but I think that you surpassed that. Your secret's safe with me, don't ever guess. So go ahead, throw that S on your chest. Because it's like you leave buildings in a single bed, and your love will never bring me there. Girl, I see it's what I need, that's why you got me weak in the knees. It's like you got a power over me. Make me wanna get down on my knees. You make me wanna break up to make up, and you're the kryptonite I run to every night. It's like you got a power over me. Make me wanna get down on my knees. You make me wanna break up to make up, and you're the kryptonite I run to every night. You make me wanna, if you feel what I'm talking about, put your hands together. Just clap, clap with me. If you got that great love that'll last forever, just clap, clap with me. If you know like I know, let it be known. Hold that love close to you and never let it go. Ladies, look into the eyes of your lover, and fellas, sing along if you love. It's like you got a power over me. Make me wanna get down on my knees. You make me wanna break up to make up, and you're the kryptonite. You got that kryptonite every night. It's like you got a power over me. Make me wanna get down on my knees. You make me wanna break up to make up, and you're the kryptonite I run to every night. You make me wanna lie, I run to every night, and you're the kryptonite I run to every night, and you're the kryptonite I run to every night, and you're the kryptonite I run to every night. You make me wanna lie, I run to every night, and you're the kryptonite I run to every night, and you're the kryptonite I run to every night, and you're the kryptonite I run to every night.
Tell me how you feel. I can read the signs. Making your mind up where you will wind up too late 'cause your time's up, yeah. And maybe without him, I can't say you're wrong. It's too much to figure out, arguing, fussing, fighting while the kids are home. Love would all feel better if the two of you ride. And I can guarantee that time heals all pain, but who am I to judge those tears? Be careful what you say, because these words can come to life. And let the truth be told. Hey, I should be a number one, number one, number one. I should be a number one, number one, number one.
I should be your number one, girl. I should be your number one, girl.
I should be a number one, number one, number one. I should be a number one, number one, number one.
I should be your number one, girl. I should be your number one, girl.
Concrete with the rose, the image of your heart. But the memories stick with reflections of the time, and the time will still go by. And now that he's gone, all in your hands. Remember, you don't have to love again. Hey, I should be a number one, number one, number one. I should be a number one, number one, number one.
I should be your number one, yeah. I should be your number one, yeah.
I should be a number one, number one, number one. I should be a number one, number one, number one.
I should be your number one, yeah. I should be your number one, yeah.
I won't stop until I get enough. I'm so thankful that I found your love. And baby, you got all of my trust. I won't stop until I get enough. I'm so thankful that I found your love. And baby, you got all of my trust. I should be a number one, number one, number one. I should be a number one, number one, number one.
I should be your number one, yeah. I should be your number one, yeah.
I should be a number one, number one, number one. I should be a number one, number one, number one.
I should be your number one, yeah. I should be your number one, yeah.
Alright. We're back. Last track was our guest tonight, Shaun Lamont. And as always, like I've been telling people, when I'm playing the music on the live and everything, most of the times it kind of sound distorted. You can always go on Spreaker.com to hear the high quality music, and then come back listen to the interview on Facebook Live and everything. But those are the two ways that you can actually listen to it on Facebook Live. Go to Spreaker, go to QuarantineEnterprise.com. So there's various ways you can watch us on Facebook Live. You can go actually listen to the audio on Spreaker. You also, if you're in the car, you can actually go download the Spreaker app and look up Quarantine Radio and actually see it that way as well. Or iHeartRadio. We're also on iHeartRadio and all that. So those are just various ways that you can actually listen to us. And everything. But as I stated before, we got Shaun Lamont in the building. What's good, man?
What's good?
Chilling. It's been a minute since we had you on the show and everything. Why don't you, for the people that don't know or didn't hear the interview when we were on Blog Talk Radio, why don't you give them a rundown of who you are?
No doubt, man. I'm Shaun Lamont, man. I'm actually from Raleigh, North Carolina, man. I'm from the 919. And just, regular kid growing up, man, just had a big dream and just followed my dream. That was it.
Alright. And since the last time that we had you on the show, it seemed like you've been doing a lot of big things. Got dropped the album Relapse. I love the joint. I actually purchased it and everything. Hit after hit after hit. What went in the process of actually doing the EP and everything, and what was your thought process as far as the tracks and the writing, the music and everything, and the production?
Well, doing Relapse, man, it kind of was a way for me to come back to what I love, and I took a short stint of away from music, and so from that time I was building a lot of material, and the reason I named it Relapse was due to the fact of me coming back to music. A lot of people relapse on different things, it could be drugs, relationship, and mine just happened to be music. And so the writing process behind it, it was well thought out, well planned, and I really feel like timing is everything, with anything that you do. So it definitely was a journey.
Alright. And as I see that, what was your because you said that you had stepped away from music and everything. What made you step away from the game for a while? Did you just need to step back, reevaluate everything?
Right. And it came from a learning aspect, man. And, as far as learning more so the business side of it, and family. I had a son, so got a son, being a new father. It was a new experience for me. So that was definitely beautiful, but. Also learning the business side of it, and more so just growing myself as an artist and as a person. So that's what kind of got me away from it.
That's one thing that a lot of artists that's come in the game and everything don't actually do is learn the business side. Like they jump into and everything. Like what did you actually do to like mold your craft on the business side and everything? Because like we already know that you had the music down on lock. So like what did you have to learn on the business side that you feel like you were missing?
Well, more so on the business side. You know, a lot of people knew me from YouTube, but I had to brand myself even more, as far as being universal and things of that nature. But it's more so branding, learning how to get paid, because now it's a different system, as far as like streams and things of that nature. But I had to learn the business side of it, and things just different now, so you got to go about it a different way. So.
Okay. Yeah, because like now, yeah, like you stated, nowadays, like a lot of artists, especially independent artists, they're learning the streaming and everything. You got the Tidal, you got the Spotify, and everything like that. What did you have to go to actually find out about like how to get your music on those platforms and stuff like that?
Yeah. So me and my team, we kind of came together and we just did research, man. Listening to other artists and different interviews. I would, dig in on YouTube and the Breakfast Club, just listen to different artists. And one particular artist that really stuck out to me was Rick Ross and kind of being self-made. And I just kind of, took different pieces from him and other artists and just learning stuff, man. So I had to do some research, and that's what really kind of tipped everything for me.
That's one thing that I learned about like from like the Breakfast Club and everything like that. Like when the artists come up on there, like even though they're trying to promote their albums and everything, like if you actually pay attention, there are a lot of artists that actually spit game, and they basically give people knowledge on like the music industry and like what you have to do, and like especially like if you. Because I say this a lot, like with the quote-unquote ratchet TV and everything, if you actually pay attention to, like, they teach you how to brand yourself.
Yeah.
Like, that's something that a lot of people might miss and stuff like that. They actually do teach you, even though, like, they have their little stuff on there and everything. Like, if you pay attention, you understand how to brand yourself from those TV shows and everything. You only had... I want to say 5. Yeah, 5 tracks on this one, right?
Tracks,
yeah. What made you just stop at 5 and everything? And like, was it just like your team that came together and they picked which tracks were gonna go on this one?
Yeah. So it kind of was the 5 track was I didn't want to give too much, but I wanted to give enough for people to know that hey, he's back. He's back doing his thing. And so it was just an EP. So my next album that's coming out will be more than 5 tracks, so it'll be a little bit more enjoyable. Just kind of like just giving people a taste of what's to come. So my team came up with the track list. My brother, my family, they're music heads, but my brother we kind of came together on how the track list should go, and I definitely thank him and would help with that Relapse. So,
Okay. And so like, what was the thought process of like each track? Because like you have Time Again, That Is #1, and Sex Tape. Like my favorite track, I have to say, is at #1. Like I love that track. That's why I play it so much. That's one of my favorite tracks on there. Yeah. So like, what was your thought process during each one, and like how does that express who you are as a person, and like how can people actually gather up who you are as an individual from these tracks?
Right. So to be honest, when I'm doing music, it's coming from life experience. So. Start from top to finish with it was kind of like a party tune, kind of like, me and my boys would get together, we throw a party, we had fun, and going down from like Time Again, different transitions in my life with things that happen, relationship, you in it, you out of it, those type things, and #1 was about, a special person that I met and, kind of wrote something about him. #1 was definitely like, you're that concrete that came, you're that rose that came through the concrete. So, and I just wanted to express that. And with Sex Tape, it's kind of self-explanatory, man. I'm an R&B dude, so that definitely comes with the territory. But that was definitely for the ladies, man. So, the thought process behind it was really just my life, man. Stuff I do and what I go through. So,
And it's one thing like when a R&B artist actually they can pull from life experience, because like you can hear it,
Right.
and like you and like sometimes it'll touch an individual that might be going through the same thing. Like I actually listened to all. I think it was like 43 tracks from Chris Brown and everything, and like you knew which track that he was talking about his ex and everything,
Right,
and you know that he actually like you could tell that he was really in love with that girl, so like, but we all know the story of what happened, the pregnant girl and everything, but you could tell that he was really in love. He made a mistake and stuff like that, but it is what it is.
Right.
But like those are the touching tracks, because like you can hear it in his vocals and stuff like that. What is it like when you get in the booth to like actually pull those emotions out and like have it on the tracks and everything?
Yeah. To be honest, man, it's just one of them things that it always sticks with you. You know, so to pull from that emotion for me personally is easy. You know, you can always go back to thinking, dang, this is what happened. You know, like I said, those songs I write from personal experience, so it's pretty easy to kind of draw from it, just to kind of take yourself back, not live in the moment, but kind of take yourself back to, you know, how you was feeling, the emotion behind it. So for me to draw from that, it was easy, man. So you got to kind of take yourself back to what transpired on that event to write the song and create the music. So yeah.
And I know with R&B artists, like when they actually get into the booth and everything, like you gotta layer your vocals and everything. So like, how do you consistently keep up that tempo and stuff like that, or those emotions? Because like I think I only recorded like one R&B person and stuff like that, and like I just know it's like each layer he had a different style and stuff like that. So like, what goes into that? Like, do you have your team in there to make sure that you are delivering and stuff like that, or do you like drain or stuff like that?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be honest. It's not all me. You know, definitely I'm the singer, but the guy behind my music is AOQ. Go get his album. It's out now. It's called Gumbo Sauce. But AOQ, he helps me with the vocals and some of the arrangements. Of course, I come up with some stuff, but he he keeps me intact. You know, keeping it real and say, hey, this fit. Shaun, that don't fit. You know, that type thing. But definitely the production behind him producing the actual music, and then coming in the studio and saying, hey, try this or try that. So that definitely helps. You know, and you know, just being that producer and having that extra ear, it definitely helps out big time. So yeah.
Yeah, because it's crazy. Like most people don't realize that like you can have like a little slight thing added to a track that just makes it boom. Yeah. It's really like the simplest things and stuff like that. So and like if you have a really good producer and everything, like they're gonna catch that and be like, especially like if you like watch shows like Star and Empire, like they touch on stuff like that. Like when you actually see them in their doing the music and stuff like that, they be like, try this and try that. Even though they're acting, like that's what really goes on and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'll be honest with my creative process. If somebody like an outsider was looking at it, you know, they'd be like, man, what is he doing? You know, but it's organized chaos. That's what I call it, organized chaos. But the creative part, the writing and the coming up with the ad libs and the placements, that's kind of the dopest part to me. So, because you never know what's going to come out of it and where it comes from. So,
And like as far as cause like the first track that you put out was Baddest with the music video and everything. You know, like what made you feel like that was the one to actually lead out with people?
Man, that's a good question. Honestly, I got with Sequence Clark. I don't know if you know him. He's from here. He's worked with Timbaland and a few other artists around here in the area and big names, platinum artists. But he played this for me, man. I remember like it was yesterday. We was in my house and he said, "Man, I might have something for you." I'm like, "All right, cool. You know what is it?" And he just played the beat. I just heard the beat and I was like, "That's it." As soon as I heard it, I was like, "That's it." And we actually recorded, man, right there, like on the spot. And he had told me, he was like, "Man, you one of the easiest artists I can work with as far as I record. You know, most people have to do it 50 times." I was like, "Man, I appreciate it." But to be honest, I think it was just that magical moment that right there told me, I said, "This is it. I'm shooting a video for this," you know. And not saying that the other ones didn't deserve it, but I knew that was one. So, you know, that's why I just kind of rolled with it. You know, found the lady, the model, we just did it, man. You know.
Okay. So what was the thought process of like how you wanted the actual music video to be? Like, did you have any say in how the music video, or did you just give that to like the director and stuff?
Yeah, so I had some say in it. I kind of gave it to the the videographer for that. He definitely did a wonderful job. He kind of guided me on that. I gave my ideas, but he had a lot of creativeness in it. So I definitely kind of left it on him, when it came to that. But yeah, he kind of mapped it out and gave a visual to the words. And, I think it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, I really like that. I know that you had entered into like a music video contest. Did you ever find it? Cause I don't know what happened to the results of that. Did you find out what the results were?
To be honest, man, I'm not sure. Like a lot of stuff getting lost in the show. If I heard something, it may not have came directly to me. I'm not sure. There's a lot of stuff out there.
As far as like the North Carolina scene with the music and everything, like how is it anybody that wants to get with you, collab with you, like how does that go, and like get in contact with you? How would somebody get in contact with you?
Yeah, man. Really, all through my social media, I do a lot of things on Facebook, and I just reach out. Sometimes I put a post like, "Hey, what artist should I work with?" And last time I did that, I got a good response, and I reached out to some people. A couple responses back. One that stuck out was So Free Wisdom. She's a dope artist. I don't know if you ever heard of her. She's dope.
Yeah, we actually have her. I want to say the 23rd coming in.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, dope girl. So we, I'm doing different things, but they can reach me, through social media. Everything is at Shaun Lamont. That's ShaunLamont, and they can definitely get everything.
So, like, how did that transition? Like, have you guys already recorded something, or is that something that we're going to be looking forward in the past?
Yeah, definitely. Look forward to it. It's in the words. You got to pick the right song, got to be the right time and moment. And I know she's working on a lot of stuff right now. So it's all about timing, man.
It's crazy because like I always tell people like you're my favorite male R&B singer in North Carolina, and she's my favorite female. So it's crazy that you say that, because like every time she sends me something, I know it's gonna be a hit. Like I ain't even gotta listen to it before I play it on the show.
Yeah.
Like, I just play it and everything. Cause I'm trying to remember, like I think it was like 2011, like when she first was coming out, like we had her on the show. So I was just like, we started back up. I was like, yo, she's been getting this buzz and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I gotta bring you back on the show and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm looking forward to that collaboration. Anybody else that you working with or anything that we gonna look forward to?
Man, to be honest, I'm open. If the talent's there, I'm definitely open to work with people. But my motto is, man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'll probably I'm gonna get back with Sequence and AOQ. That's the homie. So we're definitely linking up. So I'm working on some stuff now. Project to drop on my son's birthday, actually. So 4/21.
Okay.
The next EP. So
So April, springtime.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna have some lovers. Springtime, lover time and
without
stuff.
A doubt. Yeah.
All right. So that's just something we're gonna have to look forward to.
Yeah.
And I noticed that you kind of like been touring and everything. Like, how did you actually get those events and stuff?
Well, a PR. So I have a PR. So my team of people, they reach out and they do different things. And of course, you gotta have the package. First off, that's the first thing. But my team, they handle that stuff. So yeah.
Well, what went into like actually building your team? Cause like that's one of the things that a lot of people like they try to do everything on their own and everything, and then like I've seen like most of the artists that have a lot of success are the ones that have a team around them.
Right.
And like I feel like that's a positive, because like when you have your team and you have people that are actually doing certain stuff, and then you can actually just focus on your craft.
Right.
Cause like I feel like a lot of people, like when they put too much on themselves, that's when they lose a lot of like.
Yeah.
So how was it with like building your team? Like, what did you actually look for to the people that are actually on your team?
Right. Well, I had to be honest, I had to rebuild. So the people, when I had my first team starting back in early 2000s, they went off to do other things, which was great because it definitely gave everyone a platform to kind of branch out, and that was my whole goal. But what I look for is definitely trustworthiness. You gotta gotta have a network. You gotta know how to network. So not only that, the number one thing is they gotta believe in me. Not alone just me, but my music, my message, and where I'm going. So those are all things that I look for when building a team.
Okay. We're going to go into a music break right quick, and then I'm going to probably get into the actual entertainment business and stuff like that, like how you feel like the R&B scene is right now, and how you feel you push yourself in that avenue and everything, especially like that. Like, it's crazy. Like I keep saying I also thought it was satire, a fake article and everything. You seen the article with Genuine?
Oh, okay. Which I've seen it.
Yeah, you ain't seen it. They got on him because he didn't want to kiss a transgender.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
And like,
she's my dude. That's one of,
and like I'm sitting here like, there's been so many articles when you seen people get clowned.
Yeah.
And like most of the time they didn't know that it was a transgender. And now that somebody like kind of shooed them away,
yeah,
they're getting harassed because they didn't. But we're gonna talk about the music industry in a few. I'm about to go into a couple tracks, come back, chop it up more with Shaun Lamont and everything. First track that I'm about to play is on 504 Detroit with New Girl. This is 504 Detroit with New Girl.
Yo, what it do, world? You are now tuned into the sounds of Quarantine Radio.
Better than you. My new girl looks better. Yeah. You a throwback, boo. I'm on the new and better things. My new girl look better than you. My new girl look better than you, yeah. You a throwback, boo. My new girl look better. My new there's no more me and you. My new girl look better. My new girl look better than you. You a throwback, boo. You had your chance, but you couldn't keep it true. I packed my things and I left you with the crib. We couldn't never get along, girl. We knew we were gonna end up like this. I ain't never coming back, baby, no way. Quit calling my phone and texting. Moving on to something brand new. And she looking way better than you do. My throwback, boo. I'm on to doing better things. My new girl look better than you. My new girl look better than you, yeah. You my throwback, boo. My new girl look better. My new there's no more me and you. My new girl look better. My new girl look better than you. What you did ain't cool. You ran around with this other fool. I did my best to try to treat you like a queen. I took you all around the world, girl. I gave you all the finer things. Now we ain't never hooking up, baby, no way. Quit calling my phone and texting. I'm moving on to something brand new. And she treat me way better than you do. Throwback, boo, back, boo. I'm on to doing better things. I'm on to doing better things. New girl look better than you. My new girl look better than you, yeah. You my throwback, boo. My new girl look better. My new there's no more me and you. My new girl looks better. Why would I take you back the way you treated me? I gave you everything, girl. I had to move on to something better than you, girl. Something better than you, girl. My new girl look better than you. You a throwback, boo. I'm on to doing better things. Throwback, boo. My new girl look better than you. My new girl look better than you, yeah. You a throwback, boo. Such a good feeling. I lose all control. Oh, it's such a good feeling, yeah. Feel it down in my soul. And I don't wanna ever let it go. I want to feel this way until I'm old. I was made to fly and touch the sky, so let me soar. It's time for us both to lose control. I get such a good feeling. Your kiss to me is healing. My one wish on the star is to always be where you are. 'Cause you give me that feeling. Got so much I could share. Share it all with the world. Stronger than any mountain, but as gentle as our love. And I don't wanna ever let it go. I want to feel this way until I'm old. I was made to fly and touch the sky, so let me soar. It's time for us both to lose control. I get such a good feeling. Your kiss to me is healing. My one wish on the stars, always be where you are. 'Cause you give me that feeling. I wanna never let go. I wanna never let go. Baby, I know that you know, and I know you won't ever let go. It's like I'm on an island with the finest, and we're dining, and it's all for me. And baby, you remind me, you're behind me, never hiding, won't all to say. I get such a good feeling. Your kiss to me is healing. My one wish on the stars, to always be where you are. 'Cause you give me that feeling. I wanna never let go. I wanna never let go. I wanna never let go. I wanna never let go.
My imagination's been running wild. Can't seem to turn the noise down from the crowd. Keep wondering how things will be when you come around and sweep me off my feet. Say, baby, you got what I want, and all I want is you. You got that kind of love that make me wanna improve what I'm gonna do. Baby, I choose you. Baby, I choose you. You're the lucky one. I'm feeling love. Just hit that 21. I'm feeling love. Our years have just begun. I'm feeling love. Like you're the one. I'm feeling like. No fake IDs, no perpetrating. I know it's real, 'cause now they hating. Yeah, I'm feeling so lucky. Yeah, I know it's a gamble. Ain't nothing we can't handle, 'cause you got what I want, and all I want is you. You got that kind of love to make me wanna improve. What am I gonna do? Baby, I choose you. Baby, I choose you. My lucky one. I'm feeling love. Just hit that 21. I'm feeling love. Our years have just begun. I'm feeling love. Like you're the one. I'm feeling like. have just begun. I'm feeling like you're the one. I'm feeling like just hit that 21. Our years have just begun. Like you're the one. I'm feeling like 21. Like you're the one. 21. Like you're the one.
Yo, this is Stricken Out Music, and I'm rocking with my dude, Il McKenzie, on Quarantine Radio every Tuesday and Thursday. Yo, I appreciate the support for the album Overdose on all digital platforms.
Oh la la la. All through the night. I wish I never knew. Oh la la la. Wish we never would. All through the night. All day long I've been sitting here thinking about you. And every time we hook up in that room, from the way you walk, the heels you wore, and the lingerie, playing that old school, that Shirley Murdoch dance we lay. Love my girl, I love my case. She like, what's wrong with you? Every time I see her face, girl, it's you I picture. Ooh, wishing you were my chick. I wish you never sent that pic with no clothes and that pose, so exposed, maybe overdose. Girl, you got that. Wishing I can call you babe. I wish you never gave me that cake. It's the way it flows, it's so dope, like a freak show, make me overdose. Girl, you got that. She don't even know. She don't even know. They don't even know. Just as we go. And whenever I want it, we find a way to. Oh la la la. Early in the morning, in the middle of the day, all through the night. I call her the name she likes. She like, what you doing? What you doing? I be holding her so tight. Girl, it's you I'm feeling. Ooh, I'm wishing you were my chick. I wish you never sent that pic with no clothes in that pose, so exposed, maybe overdose. Girl, you got that. Ooh, wishing I can call you babe. I wish you never gave me that cake. It's the way it flows, it's so dope, like a freak show, make me overdose. Girl, you got that. Girl, my body craving. You got me hallucinating. My mind tripping. Tunnel vision. All I can see is you. Selfies in your birthday suite. I'm intoxicated, all off track. 'Cause girl, you got that. Ooh, I'm wishing you were my chick. I wish you never sent that pic with no clothes in that pose, so exposed, maybe overdose. Girl, you got that. Wishing I can call you babe. I wish you never gave me that cake. It's the way it flows, it's so dope, like a freak show, make me overdose. Girl, you got that. Wish I never knew. Wish we never would. Oh la la la. All through the night. It's been a minute since I've been in this position. When you walked into my life, you changed my heart's disposition. Used to say, what's love got to do with it? Was falling apart, but you became the glue to my heart. Now I'm feeling like this is it, and I don't even have to think about it. As we grow closer, I see your future. If we're gonna be forever, I better get myself together. So I'm putting away my running shoes. The bus stops with you, can't lie. Cause you make me wanna try to give my all, because love won't leave me alone. I tried to hide, I tried to run. You call me baby, now I'm done searching. You got me, cause your love won't leave me alone. So sexy, so persistent. Ooh, you never gave up and let me keep you from showing me all that you are. There's something in your touch. Your kiss and hug, lethal baby, drives me crazy. I can see myself having you, baby. I'm just saying it's serious. All I ever think about is us. Every other night I get good love. Oh, and it's so amazing. You're a dream come true that I'm never wanting to end. You're my new beginning, why I'm smiling, and it's so exciting, cause love won't leave me alone. I tried to hide, I tried to run. You call me baby, now I'm done searching. You got me, cause your love won't leave me. Baby, your love, it won't leave me alone. I tried to hide, I tried to run. You call me baby, now I'm done searching. You got me, cause your love won't leave me alone. You put that pressure on me. Said no, but I let you take me in your arms. Now here I am singing love songs about the way you work that magic. Had to have it all in my life. And this is why your love, it won't leave me alone. I tried to hide, I tried to run. You call me baby, now I'm done searching, because your love, baby, your love won't leave me alone. I tried to hide, I tried to run. You call me baby, now I'm done searching. You got me, cause your sweet love won't leave me
Pinged up cooking. I never give my love and no way to nobody. I never give my love and no way to nobody. I swear this thing is yours, it ain't for everybody. I swear this thing is yours, so forget. I've been daydreaming about you. I'm in love with you. What we gon' do? Hey, then you call me and say you finna come through. I'm getting ready for you. And what we gon' do? Hey, yeah. I never give my love and no way to nobody. I never give my love and no way to nobody. I swear this thing is yours, it ain't for everybody. I swear this thing is yours, so fuck everybody. Ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. everybody else. Just me and you, don't need no one to know these feelings. Know these feelings. Now if you ever leave me, I don't know what I would do. I'm getting ready for you, 'cause you're my boo. Hey, daddy, do you hear me? 'Cause what I'm saying is true. Do anything for you. So what we gon' do? Hey, hey, yeah. I never give my loving away to nobody. I never give my loving away to nobody. I swear this thing is yours, it ain't for everybody. I swear this thing is yours, so fuck everybody. Ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody else. Just me and you, don't need no one to know these feelings. Know these feelings. I belong to you. I never give my loving away to nobody. I never give my loving away to nobody. I swear this thing is yours, it ain't for everybody. Ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody else.
Break up to make up, that's all we do. Break up to make up, that's all we do.
Come on.
Love me, and you hate me, that's a game for fools. Break up to make up, that's all we do. Love me, and you hate me, that's a game for fools.
Yeah, now, I always knew you'd be my girl to the very end. First we fuss, then we fight, then we back again. I know sometimes you probably felt you should pack it in, but you also feel I got what up and lacking in. Is it the sexy things I say when I'm rapping it, or the naughty things I do when it's happening? Either way, how we play is so passionate. The things you try to get away with, but I ain't having it. And when I stray, you not having it. You quick to check a chick on some fallback, just switch off. I swear your little badass is so raw, but when I hold you in my arms, your badass turns so soft. But what's a bee without the honey? A clip without the money? What's a true summer day if the rays ain't sunny? What's a lamp without a light? A ring without a fight? Break up after new makeup after night.
Break up to make up, that's all we do.
Come on.
Love me, and you hate me, that's a game for fools. Break up to make up, that's all we do. Love me, and you hate me, that's a game for fools.
Now I work a 9 to 5, hustle weed just to save stacks. Never own a Rollie or a Benz or a Maybach. Matter of fact, you ain't concerned with a Maybach, and neither would these other the jigger wouldn't say that. Sometimes we kick back, smoking on the hate sack, talk about some kids in the crib you wanna lay at. Fools fall in love, but never fall apart. A lot of hit women, but you number one on the chart. And that's just from the heart, and this is no facade. You say you love me even if I never make it large. That's why I'm down to ride for you, down to die for you. You my baby girl, yup, I'm your baby boy. Screams when we fighting, bad, it's a different noise. And even when you smack the man, I learn how to keep my poise. I know I slipped up, twisting these broads, but I jump off a cliff though, before I walk out that door, for sure.
Break up to make up, that's all we do. Love me, and you hate me, that's a game for fools. Break up to make up, that's all we do. Love me, and you hate me, that's a game for fools. Break up to make up, that's all we do. But you love me, then you hate me, that's a game
Now breaking up to making up, something that lovers do. If we break up and never make up, then our lovers never true. So I'm riding with you, nobody love me tighter than you. So I'm siding with you instead of always fighting with you. I got the touch of bronze, but it's like it's Midas to you. And when I cop you dull ice, it's like the brightest to you. Inexpensive gifts that I bought, it's like they prices to you. I stop the line, you stop the crying, and that death will be through.
I want to hear that new soul-free wisdom on Quarantine Radio.
I see the light. Gonna spread my wings, ready to fly. Only thing stopping me is me. Won't be afraid. Gonna get it before it's too late. Got something the world should see. Tell me no. I gotta keep on pushing. Oh, when the light is red, I'll still go. Won't get nowhere, just wishing. No, no. 'Cause I work too hard to give it all up now. Too far.
Nowadays we're fussing too damn much, making it so stressful, ready to give up on love. How would you feel? Yeah, yeah. But never mind, I dropped 10K on the ring. Still there wasn't enough, it's such an ungrateful thing. How could you deal? Yeah. Even the nights I would get on my knees, just to pray to find a way out. I'm wondering, how could this be? Still I sing. Time and time again. Up and down, back and forth. forth, now we're back from lovers to friends. I never ever keep a secret from you. No friends will come between us, girl, I'll adore you. Time and time, time and time, time and time again. Up and down, back and forth, now we're back from lovers to friends. I never ever keep a secret from you. No friends will come between us, girl, I'll adore you. You stay saying what the haters say. Used to love and war, now we hate all these things. You stay to play after we're done. But never mind, I dropped 10K on the ring. Still that wasn't enough, it's such an ungrateful thing. How could you deal? Yeah. Even the nights I would get on my knees, just to pray to find a way out of wondering. How could this be? Still I say, time and time, time and time, time and time again. Up and down, back and forth, now we're back from lovers to friends. I never ever keep a secret from you. No friends will come between us, girl, I'll adore you. Time and time, time and time, time and time again. Up and down, back and forth, now we're back from lovers to friends. I never ever keep a secret from you. No friends will come between us, girl, I'll adore you.
Alright, we're back. Last track that I played was our guest tonight, Shaun Lamont. You I had you on Snap vibing to your track. I'm about to put that on IG too. But so all since with the relaunch and everything, I've been talking about the pick'ems and I really rarely talked about the fantasy football league and everything, and oh damn, that's mine. I barely talked about the fantasy football league because I had a very bad season this year in my fantasy football league. This is the first time this is the first time I did not make the playoffs and everything. But I got to congratulate a couple people. The person that actually won the pick'ems that you hear me every week doing the pick'ems and everything was Brock, good friend of mine's. I want to say like 10 years and everything. So me and James, everybody knows it's me and James that go head to head, and there's a couple people that actually went in and stuff like that. So this is the first time I can't even say that me or James, because I've been wanting to pick on league since but James been. So this is the first time James didn't win the league, and Brock actually came up and beat both of us. I lost by 3 points, and I came back real. I picked a lot of upsets, but I just needed 1 or 2 more upsets, and I would have won and whatnot. But in the Fantasy Football League, our champion this year for Quarantine Radio is CJ. So congratulations to CJ as well for winning the Fantasy Football League this year. If my league has 20 people in it, so he outlasts all 20 people. So congratulations to him. He's actually one of the newcomers. He only been in the league for about 3 years now. The league has been around for, I want to say, 10 years. So he's one of the new people, came in, took it all this year. So congratulations to both them for winning the Quarantine Radio Pick'ems and then the Quarantine Radio Fantasy League. Alright. Other than that, we're going to go back to the interview with Shaun Lamont. Like I said, I wanted to chop it up with you as far as the music world and everything. Growing up, who were some of your inspiration as far as R&B, and who are you looking towards to now as far as like, is there any R&B cast now that you can still see yourself like linking up with, doing a track with, and stuff like that that's in the industry?
Dope. Great question. Growing up, man, I listened to a lot of soul music. You know, the Donny Hathaways, the Stevie Wonders, and a lot of my favorite band though is Jodeci. I'm a big Jodeci fan, man, and so I love those guys. Know every song, every album, you know, but definitely them. You know, also growing up, you know, who inspired me was definitely number one, Michael Jackson. I actually got on the shirt, you know. But Michael was that dude, that guy that kind of gave me that inspiration to be like, hey, you know what, I love music, you know, maybe I could do it, you know. And so that's that guy's number one for me. But like the Jodeci, Stevie Wonder, those are guys that I look up to. Right now, man, I've been reaching out and I'm looking to work with this guy named Eric Bellinger. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Oh yeah. Dang, this gonna be your favorite? No. Yeah, that
song.
Yeah,
that's that dude, and it's going to happen this year, man. I'm claiming, you know what I mean. I've opened up for a lot of some of my favorite artists like Brian Knight, Fantasia, Jill Scott, but I'm definitely looking forward to working with that guy. So that's going to be dope, man. And,
I like his style and everything. Like I heard him on the track with Mace and everything.
Yeah.
And then I heard that damn, why am I forgetting the name of the song? Like I'm hearing it in my head, but I can't remember what the actual title is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I like him. You just mentioned something about Jodeci and everything. Like why you think the groups have died out? Like you don't like, even the female groups and stuff like that. You don't see any groups anymore.
Yeah.
Like why you think that is?
Man, I'll be honest, man. You know, I think there's a lot that goes into groups that people don't really understand. As far as like the money, you know, it's always an issue. But egos, man. When you put a lot of creative people together, it kind of causes havoc. So, you know, you got that. Then you also got. Let's say you take away that, you strip that down, but then you got the label of what they want and what they feel that you should be, but that's not even you, you know. So it's a lot of stuff, but I think that has something to do with the groups, and I think the way that people were treated as far as groups back in the day. I think they know a new way. It's a new system where they can just do it on their own. Like even, for example, Day 26. I love them. That's a dope group. But they kind of strayed away from the whole bad one. They're like, man, we can make money on our own. You know, they kind of gave us that platform, but now we're going to do it on our own. So I think that has a lot to do with it too, man. People just smarten up, to be honest with you, as far as world music.
Yeah, because like you said with the egos and everything, I know that, like when Drew Hill was out, like excuse me, Cisco came out with a solo album, and then like I remember like what was it? No, it wasn't Enter the Drew. What was the second album?
From Drew Hill?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I just remember like on the back of the booklet cover, it just had all the dates of like all the single like albums that were gonna come out from each group member, and I remember like I was looking forward to Jazz's single album.
Jazz,
yeah, because like I liked it. He had that smooth vibe and everything.
Yeah.
Like the tracks that he had on the solo. I'm trying to remember what song that he had, but I remember like listening to that album, and like that was one of my favorite tracks on there and everything.
Yeah. And to be honest, man, Jazz vocally was one of the best vocalists.
Yeah.
Like people thought, Cisco because he was out there, in the forefront, but Jazz actually had that pure voice.
Yeah.
That a lot of people he didn't get a lot of credit for. But Jazz can blow, man. He really.
Yeah, I just damn, I'm trying to remember that song, but like I remember it because he told a story too. It was about this girl that was cheating on him and everything.
I know what you're talking. I can't.
I just remember that, and he was talking to the girl on the phone and everything.
Yeah.
Like, man, you don't get albums like that no more and stuff like that. But like that was smooth, and then like Boys the Men, like Boys the Men, like I'm trying to think. None of them did a solo album.
Well, actually, Shaun stopped it. He did it. They kind of took a Actually, it was like a 4-year hiatus.
Yeah.
They came out with the last album, End of the Road. Boys of Men, was it 2?
Yeah, they did actually a cover album. I think the last album that they did a couple cover tracks
Right,
and everything.
yeah.
And I know that they were having a fallout with the tall guy and everything.
Carey,
yeah. Like I honestly, like I wonder how they do the tracks, cause like he had the classic deep voice talking and stuff. So I wonder like how they actually, like I know they're doing the touring and everything, but like I wonder how they actually do it without his part. Like he had the classic part at the end of the road.
Well, you know what? Yeah, that's a good question. But it's like vocally harmony. Nathan actually takes the lower tone, that bass for Wanye, the middle, Shaun, of course, kind of the tenor one, but Nathan takes that lower tone to replace Mike. So yeah, that's how they do it.
Yeah, I like the vocals and everything. Like I wouldn't think that it was be too much of replacing him, but it was just that the whole fact that he had those classic talking lines, talking lines, and stuff like that. Yeah, but yeah, it's just crazy that like it seemed like the last female group was Destiny Child. Like female groups don't like in the 90s they had a whole bunch of female groups just Bum Rush and everything. In Vogue, Jade and stuff like that. Like all classes. All classes. Like if you do a 90s party, like you throw one of them tracks on, like you get the party start. Brownstone and everything.
Brownstone,
Escape. They just did a tour and everything. Like I watched like the first 2 episodes of I think it was, I can't remember what channel it was on, but like I watched the first 2 episodes of them getting back, and I heard that Candy didn't really want to do it.
I heard they had like a disagreement.
So like it's like you said, it's all egos, cause like when they actually explained and broke down exactly like what happened and why they broke up and everything. But
and see, when you don't have everybody on the same page, one person want to do this, another person, because I kind of started in a group myself. Even back in high school, I was singing in a group, and I kind of strayed away from it because everybody had so much going on. They were ahead, doing different things where I wasn't even there in life per se. Like either they got married or they had a child, and at that time I was kind of carefree, like doing whatever. So I kind of moved, from what they could. So that'll kind of hold you back. So that caused a lot of controversy.
Like the the last group that actually kind of took it back was TGT. Tank, Genuine, and Tyrese. And then like they had a falling out. Tyrese was trying to get more money, and then you got to think about like what has recently happened to him. Like, I wonder like did that take into account?
Like I said, when you dealing with money, the ego, and
but yeah, that was a classic album. It took a while for them to actually, cause like I think like they were talking about getting together since like the Best Man soundtrack and everything. So a while ago, So like and then they finally dropped, and like that was a classic album.
Yeah, that was dope, top to bottom.
As far as like R&B scene now, like you have so much mixture into like R&B and pop now, like it's kind of diluted and stuff like that. So like what do you think about, like with your album, like you kind of brought it back to that feel and everything. Like do you hear anybody like now that has that like old R&B soul where like you have longevity and everything?
I think some people are still keeping it alive. Of course, Chris Brown, he does his pop tracks, but if you actually listen to his body of work, he does have some R&B songs with it, And so Chris Brown, Trey Songz definitely does. He kind of keeps it R&B. Eric Bellinger, that's right now one of my favorites because he goes back to the old school. Of course, Tank, Sammy's back out, so Sammy, he's bringing back that R&B.
Sammy is like my sister's friend and everything.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So like me and him was talking. Me and her were actually talking about. Like I was listening to his album. Like yo, why isn't more people knowing about what he's doing right now and stuff like that? He had this one track, Expiration Date. Like, have you heard that song?
Is it on the?
I think it's on his new one. Like, I was actually listening to. I had the title station and everything.
What is it? Is it that one? What is it called?
I just know it's like he has his baby picture up on there and everything.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking. I can't think of that. No, exactly what you're talking.
Yeah, and like I was just listening to it. I'm like, yo, I called my sister and like I was like, yo, Sammy got a lot of hits and everything.
Yeah.
Like he is seriously underrated and everything.
And Sammy writes too. A lot of people don't know. He wrote a few Tank songs. He's definitely talented.
So yeah, cause like I talk to my sister about him all the time and everything. But yeah, like he's really talented and everything. Very underrated. I'm trying to think of like who else is out right now. That's kind of like under the radar. Oh yeah, I know. Dad, what's his name? He was signed to Murder Inc. Lloyd.
Okay.
Yeah, he kind of flew under the radar with his last album too. I'm trying to think what the name of the album was, but like I listened to that. That was nice too.
Oh yeah. Lloyd, Lloyd kind of always give you that one hit. He'll always come on. Even Mario, how some people say it. He'll always come. They'll always come with that one hit. You know, they always give you that.
Yeah, I was like wondering, like, because Mario came out with a track with Nicki. I forgot what the name of that track is too. But like he came up with that one, and I was looking for it. I said, okay, so you better come up with a new album. Nothing came out about it. So it seems like there's a lot of politics going on behind the scene in the R&B scene, because like you hear them, like they drop one album, and it's kind of, I know Neo is kind of probably like taking a back seat right now too.
He's probably doing more so right.
Yeah.
And I know him and Ashley Eric, the guy I was telling you about, they're working together. And Eric Belgian, he actually did some right for Usher, Justin Bieber. So a lot of those guys, they start out right, you know, and then they're like, you know what, I'm an artist too, you know. So, but yeah, Neo, he's kind of, I guess he's kind of chilling, you know.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, like he really don't really need to. Like he might do something just for his fans. Like I know, like a couple years back, he just did a Valentine's mixtape, just dropped it for like 4 tracks. But like like you said, he was writing, and like I remember the story, like when Jay-Z became president of Def Jam, he was just like, "Where's that Neo kid?"
Right. Yeah, that's how he kind of got the stuff. Yeah.
And like he's been doing it for a minute, and then like Carrie Hilson, like even though she kind of died out and everything, like she started off writing,
right,
and then she came up, and like that seemed like what the platform for writers are. I mean, singers are like they start off like writing for other people, doing the demos and stuff like that, and then they branch out,
right,
and everything. Like, have you thought about that avenue of just writing, and then having demoing out to other people and stuff?
Oh yeah, and you know, you gotta have the right production with it too. You know, I can be one of the best writers ever, but you know, it also has to have the production behind it too. So you want to have that behind you as well. So again, you gotta be on the same page with that producer, and you get what I mean. So hey, we want to write this song for Chris Brown. You know, he gotta have the production the way it fits. Like, oh, I got this track for Chris. But look, I'm gonna write this. We'll send it off. So yeah, but I definitely thought about the avenue. It's a lot of money. Right music.
And it's crazy because like most of the people behind the scenes, like they most times like they make more money than the singer and stuff like that. Because like all that publishing and stuff like that, and everything. And then like it's crazy because like when you look at the difference between R&B and then hip hop. Like you have them ghostwriters, but they stay under the radar, don't know about it. Like so they get like they hush money. Like don't tell nobody you wrote this for me. But and then like you got the R&B cast that like it's all in the open, showing that you see it in the credits and stuff like that. Stuff like that. So it's different avenues and stuff that as far as how people start. Cause like another person that I was really looking forward to, and like cause they keep talking about On and On, Shaun Lamont.
Trying to be, yeah.
Like I've been waiting for him to drop something.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's just sticking to right. Like he wrote for Mario and a few other artists, of course. But him drop stuff, I don't know. I haven't.
Cause like he
came early 2000, I think.
Yeah, cause like he came out with a couple tracks and everything by himself.
Yeah.
And I was feeling them and everything, but never did a whole complete album and everything.
Kind of even Mario Winans.
Yeah.
He does a lot of writing still to this day, but he came out with that one album, to my knowledge.
Yeah. No, I think it was 2.
2, it could have been 2.
Yeah, he came out with 2.
Yeah.
And I think I recently heard him back with his aunt and uncle.
He's probably doing something right now.
Yeah, on the gospel tip and everything.
Right.
But yeah, it's a lot of different avenues in the music world and stuff like that. But like I tell people, like I know a lot of people they want to be in the forefront and everything.
Yeah.
But like if you have a talent for something and you can actually get your foot in the door, take it.
Right.
Even if it's behind the scenes, like the forefront might not be before you.
Right. Yeah.
But if you take a back seat, even like if you're a person that been in the game for a minute, and then it never actually worked out for you, like you can sometimes like you hear somebody that might have the potential, bring them underneath your wings.
Yeah.
And like so that's a different avenue right there. Just bringing somebody underneath your wings and actually mentoring them and maybe helping them develop and probably teach them the mistakes that you probably made, different avenues and stuff like that. Help them get through that. It might work out a lot better that way too. Just taking the behind the scenes route.
Yep.
What are some other stuff that you have seen in the game and stuff like that, but especially the North Carolina scene and stuff like that?
As far as just like
the music and everything, because like one of the things that I've noticed is that like North Carolina has a lot of talent.
Yeah.
A lot of talent.
Yeah.
But you don't see people break that glass ceiling yet. Like you seen J. Cole, and you seen Joshua Gunn, and you seen King Mez. Like he's not really doing too much, but like he signed to Aftermath and everything.
Yeah.
Like you heard him on the Straight Outta Compton album and everything. So like, well, how do you see the North Carolina scene in probably the next 1 to 2 years?
Man, you know what? Honestly, I hope it's I hope it definitely evolves from where it is right now. I think it's so much. It's kind of like crabs in a barrel, man. You know, so many people want to be the man or the girl, and it's more so. My personal opinion, the way that we need to get North Carolina per se on the scene is getting behind a couple artists, and really pushing them. And guess what? If your number is called, then cool, But you want to get behind, definitely. You got to have talent. Behind that, they got to have a look. They got to have a buzz. There's so many things that go behind. It's not just, I got some dope lyrics. Or I can do the most runs in one song. It's not about it. It's you got to have the whole package. And a lot of people, I think, they listen to their bands. My band said I was the dopest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And really, you got to have the whole package, man. If you don't, it's crabs in a barrel, man. And I think that's where we're at right now. We don't want to see the next man kind of get up. But all the North Carolina artists, man, like I've heard some dope artists. I've heard some stuff where I'm like, And there may be things where people like, you know what, I don't like Shaun Lamont. That's cool, because maybe I'm not for your listening, your ear. But there's people that love it. Not even just in the United States and other countries, But you want to. I feel like we definitely got to work together. And if we don't, then we'll be where we're at right now, 2018. So we got to work together. But yeah, definitely. I hope we evolve.
You just mentioned something about overseas and everything. Like that's one thing that I noticed. Like you see a lot of independent artists. Like they'll build a big buzz overseas with people that they had never connected with. Like how is it that you've been able to actually I know that what platform have you noticed like the statistics and they show you, because I know like like with my webpage, like I can go back, look at the statistics, and actually see what countries I actually visited in my website. Like, is that what you're seeing, and actually notice like what other countries are actually listening, or do you have people actually reach out to you?
Yeah. So, well, to be honest, to kind of where I'm at as far as music wise, it started with YouTube, and I looked at the content. Well, who's watching it? Is it male or female? Honestly, I got more females than males, of course. So that ratioed out. And I kind of just looked at, okay, well, what other countries? Who is it? Just the U.S. or is it 30%? China, over there. But so I use that as a platform where my music sells. Also, another way to kind of, give me an idea of where I need to target, and kind of promote my music. So I use kind of all avenues, and then I do get DJs reaching out to me, promoters and things of that nature. One of my first shows came from a guy saw me on YouTube. He was like, "Yo, you would be dope. I want you to open up for Carl Thomas." I'm like, "Yeah, shoot, let's do it." And then that turned into other people. But like YouTube helped me out a lot. Just read content. You gotta do your research. You gotta do your research. So,
Okay. As far as the people that you have opened up for, like, was there anybody that actually like grabbed you backstage, gave you pointers, or you went to them, get pointers, and like who gave you the best thing that stuck in your mind the most?
I would say probably it was Carl Thomas when I opened up for him. He didn't actually do it like right after the show. We went to the club and I actually take a picture with him and some other people who was in the VIP section. And he said, "Dog, you killed it." And that just made my night. I was like, "Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it." So that made my night. I can't say he really gave me pointers, but just to hear that come from a legend, I was like, I'm doing something right. I'm doing something right. So that definitely helped out.
Yeah. Carl Thomas, like, he had hits and everything.
Oh yeah.
I think it was 3 albums that came out of him.
Yeah.
And like that second one, I think it was underrated and everything.
Yeah.
He had My First Love.
Yep.
No, Summer Rain was before that. I know there was like a couple of tracks that was like really underrated on that second album.
Yeah.
I want to say it's Climb a Mountain and stuff like that. That was one of my favorite tracks that most people didn't even talk about and stuff like that. Who else have you opened up for and everything?
Oh man, so like I said, Carl Thomas, Fantasia, Jill Scott, Anthony Hamilton, another one of my favorites. Mint Condition, Omarion, John B, another classic. Charlie Wilson, that made my night. Charlie Wilson, Drew Hill. There's a few other people on the bill, but I've opened up for a couple artists.
Okay, classic Mint Condition and everything. They have some hits too.
Yeah.
And like they always have the live band and everything. Like you don't even hear that no more.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Not a lot of times.
Well, we're coming up towards the end of the show and everything. What is something that you would like people to know about you that we haven't touched on and everything? And give out your social media again as well.
Okay, definitely. Man, one thing I want people to know is whenever you listen to my music, I want to always put you in a place to where you can remember where you were. I want you to remember. I want my music to put you in a certain mood, whether it's even down to the title, man, Relapse. I want you to think about, like, what does he mean by relapse, Then you get the time again, and sex tape. I want you to be in that mode to where you're like, man, I did go through that. Oh, I know somebody went through that. So I always want to do that. But you can reach out to me, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everything is at Shaun Lamont. ShaunLamont. And you can also find me on Instagram and any other social outlet. I'm up there, but definitely, man. And I want to definitely thank my fans, people on YouTube. That's where I started, my thing. And I want to thank everybody that purchased the album, Relapse. It sold pretty well, so definitely 421, man. it's actually my son's birthday, so I'm dropping my second one. Yeah, so yeah, super excited.
Do you have a title for it yet?
Not yet. I'm still thinking about it, but yeah, definitely. 421, look out for that.
Well, we got 4 months for you to think about that and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And we most likely gonna try to bring you back on the show after a while, talk about that and everything, chop it up with that. As always, I'd like to thank everybody that's been listening in and everything. And like I said, we have the event July 28th with the Joy of Connecting People and everything. Artists that wants to perform at that event, hit me up. We got a couple links and everything that you can actually sign up. It's right now it's $25, and if you sign up now, and also we're going to have a couple events in between, so it's not going to be just the July 28th event that you'll be performing at. If you sign up early, we'll keep you updated with the events in between that event and everything. Other thing, the website. Yeah, the website. I got a couple affiliates and stuff like that, so you can go up there and actually see exactly who we have as far as advertising. It's got a couple of stuff that you can get discount coupons. I believe K&G Fashion. If you click the link on there, it's actually a coupon that you can actually print out. Go to the actual K&G Fashion store. If you go to there to go shop and everything. As always, the light. That's what I keep on forgetting, because there's a reason why during the music break I have all the lights and everything, because you can actually rent the lights that we have at the showroom. So I try to advertise that as well. And every time I come from the music break, I completely forget. But yeah, this is one of the stuff as far as the showroom. When you get the DJs, you also can get the lights and stuff like that. So you see the flashing lights and everything. That's just a demonstration of what you can actually rent from us. So you don't actually have to get the DJ and stuff like that, but you can actually rent out the lights. So that's one thing that you actually get to see every Tuesday and Thursday. Thursday, I got because I got a message from the guy that I was supposed to be interviewing Thursday, so it might have to reschedule. So I'll keep y'all updated exactly what we're going to be doing on Thursday and everything. We might have a free for all show and everything where people can probably just message me on Facebook or whatnot to talk it, or we're just going to play music and stuff like that. So I'll keep y'all up to date with that and everything. Also, I want to give a shout out to Ginger Supreme Drinks. Also, you can go on QuarantineEnterprise.com and actually see them as well. And they actually sell their product on Amazon, or you can go to Whole Foods in the North Carolina area and actually look for the Ginger Supreme Drinks. It's a Caribbean drink, lots of variety of flavors. You can also check them out on Facebook on their fan page and stuff like that, and check that out, see which flavors they have, or just go to Amazon.com, look up. The way that I have to look it up is you have to actually put in Ginger Supreme Drinks to actually get exactly their drinks. And they have 12 packs, 24 packs, and stuff like that. And they have a variety pack. Other than that, YouTube, QuarantineEnterprise.com, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. Those are all the different platforms you can listen to Quarantine Radio. Continue tuning in. Anybody that got any feedback and anything, hit me up at info@QuarantineEnterprise.com. Like I said, with the live broadcast, it's the music. We're in the showroom and everything, so the music, when the music is playing through the speakers and everything, and then you have the microphone through the actual computer, it kind of sounds distorted and everything. So I try to focus with the live view, with the vocals, making sure the vocals are there. But with the music, you can always go to Spreaker.com or QuarantineEnterprise.com and listen to the music there with a clear quality. And then I go back and edit the videos, so when you go on YouTube, you actually hear the smooth audio as far as the music and as to the vocals. So those are just different variety of ways that you can listen to the show. Other than that, I'd just like to thank everybody that's been tuning in. Oh yeah, if I hit you, cause I try not to schedule my my show so far. And if you hit me up about an interview, and I said give it a couple of weeks before I schedule, cause I don't like to schedule people too far in advance, because some people tend to forget, because I've been with I think when I was on Blog Talk Radio, I used to schedule people a month in ahead, and then the date come around, the person forgot. So that's why the reason why I try not to schedule so far ahead. So don't take offense if I say hold off on that and I don't get back to you, because I might have forgot. So make sure that you hit me back and let me know that you're still interested in coming on the show. Don't be afraid to harass me or anything. I won't take it personal. I love chopping it up with people. Basically, I love chopping up, hearing their story and everything. So yeah, hit me up, because I know, because sometimes I'll be on Facebook and I'm like, dang, I done fill up this month and I forgot I was supposed to hit this guy up about the interview or stuff like that. But other than that, I appreciate everybody that tunes in to Quarantine Radio, whatever platform you listen to us on. Hit me up. This is all about educating, helping independent artists, or helping small businesses and stuff like that. But other than that, this show has been Quarantine. We'll check you out Thursday. I'll let y'all know by tomorrow, or most likely by tomorrow. I'll let y'all know if our guest is going to come in or if we got to reschedule. But other than that, once again, I appreciate Shaun Lamont coming in, especially after we had to reschedule after that snowstorm in North Carolina. You don't expect snow like that in North Carolina, so I appreciate him being flexible and rescheduling with me and everything. But other than that, this show has been Quarantine. We'll see y'all Thursday. Alright?
Hey, this is Nola Ade, and you are now rocking with Il McKenzie right here.
Yo, what up, world? It's your man 504 Detroit. You already know, every Tuesday and every Thursday I'm tuned in to the hottest radio station across the land, Quarantine Radio. They put it down and they play all the hottest new music. Let's get it.
It's your boy Gabe, and I want to give a big shout out to Quarantine Radio. Make sure you check them out every Tuesday and every Thursday. And thank you for supporting my new single, Down Low.
I want to hear that new soul-free wisdom on Quarantine Radio.
What's going on? This your man Fat, the F, the A, the D. You now ride with Quarantine Radio. You got this.
Yo, what's up, man? It's the Kid Swift, a baby, Young Swift. One time for the check-in with my dog, my homie, Il McKenzie, straight out of ATL, Georgia. You know how we rockin' out here, baby. Let's get it.
I tried being humble, humble get no respect.